Hey GAWDA members, welcome back to another episode of GAWDA TV. Summer is in full swing at GAWDA, and there are plenty of opportunities for networking and education. As Abydee said at this year's convention, you get out of GAWDA what you put into it. Networking is one of the biggest benefits that GAWDA offers. Two great opportunities to network outside of the national conventions are at the regional meetings and by participating in one of GAWDA's volunteer committees. GAWDA hosted its first regional meeting of 2021 and its first since August of 2019 in Sun River, Oregon from July 21st to the 23rd. The event was a major success with 136 registrants who were treated to amazing industry presentations from industry heavyweights including Dave Lambert, Dave Weitzel, Hector Villarreal, and Mary Carter, as well as networking opportunities like an opening reception and dinner, a golf outing, and bocce ball. A great time was had by all who attended. GAWDA looks to continue that momentum when it hosts its Central Regional meeting next week from August 9th to the 10th in Oregon, Ohio. In our last episode, we spoke with Central Regional Co-Chair Eric Wood about all of the exciting things that are planned for the event. For more information about the Central Regional, including a schedule and how to register, click the link in the description below. In today's episode, we speak to Abydee Butler Moore, who hosts the third and final regional meeting in 2021, as we return to Seven Springs, Pennsylvania from August 24th to the 26th. The Seven Springs Regional is historically the largest regional meeting as far as attendance and has a host of exciting industry speakers and topics in store. Later in the episode, we also had the opportunity to speak with Bill Woods, who is the co-chair of GAWDA's Safety Committee. We discussed all of the important work that the committee does on behalf of GAWDA members, including their work with GAWDA's consultants on GAWDA's business continuity plan. You won't want to miss this. Finally, with the annual convention just around the corner, there are a lot of prospective companies who would benefit from membership in GAWDA. Some of them might even be in your area. We had the opportunity to speak with David Graves, who has been successful in recruiting several new members into the association. We discussed with him the biggest benefits of GAWDA membership and the kinds of things that he tells prospective members about why they should join the association. You won't want to miss a second of today's episode, and it all comes right after a word from today's sponsor, Weldcoa. We're now happy to welcome back to the show GAWDA President Abydee Butler Moore. Abydee, thank you so much for joining us again.
Hi, thank you, Steve.
Abydee, you're the chairperson for GAWDA's Seven Springs Regional Meeting. Can you share with GAWDA members why you're so excited for this event?
The Seven Springs Regional, we are so excited to be back in action for this meeting after a year off in 2020. And the Seven Springs meeting, I think what I'm looking forward to the most really is just getting back together at that regional level. You know, the cadence of GAWDA meetings throughout the year really touches all levels of our members within different parts of their organization. So the regionals are great for that tactical, local value of the association, whereas the SMC really hits the management core level, and then the annual convention being the ownership or the executive level. So with the reintroduction of the regional meetings into the calendar, all levels of our members and organizations receive value. We're really looking forward to seeing everyone.
Very cool. And speaking of value, the Seven Springs meeting has some really exciting industry speakers. Can you give us a sneak preview of what members should expect?
One thing that the Seven Springs meeting does is it brings content. We have always grown this region's meeting on bringing great content to members. In 2019, we had 280 attendees. So 300 is actually the goal for this year. To surpass 300 would be fantastic. And it's member content by members. So as you mentioned, Steve, we have a lineup of 4 fantastic speakers. Marilyn Dempsey is going to be hosting a safety and compliance workshop. It'll be a half-day workshop, so great for safety and operations leaders. And she's talking about how productivity gains can happen through a culture of safety. So that's Marilyn's talk. And then at the business session, we have Eric Wood, then Matt Winkle, then Rob D'Alessandro. And Eric's going to be talking about gas contracts and how to protect your investments. So it'll be a great kind of sales geared presentation from Eric Wood with OE Meyer. And then Matt Winkle is going to be leading a discussion about how to engage and retain and develop future leaders within our organizations. So that's really a leadership talk, an executive level talk of how we should do this within an aging industry with a lot of succession planning and key roles. And then Rob's talk from Meritus, he's going to be addressing the lessons that he's learned from 2 decades of buying companies. He's been in mergers and acquisitions really his entire career inside the industry. So he'll be talking about some lessons learned, really geared toward probably the ownership side or the executive level management side, or even key roles in our members' organizations of what happens, what happens in a transition. How do you, if you're an individual who's not a stakeholder or who's not a shareholder, but a stakeholder in the organization, how do you survive that transition? And also at the ownership level, are there things that owners should be doing to make sure that their businesses are always in really healthy shape should a need for consolidation occur? So really, he's talking about lessons learned. Eric's talking about gas contracts and sales, and Matt's talking about leadership and future development for future leaders. And Marilyn's addressing safety. We have quite the lineup. I'm really excited.
It sounds like it's going to be a really insightful meeting, but it wouldn't be a GAWDA meeting without a strong networking component. Can you tell us about the reverse contact program that you have planned?
This will be the second year that we're doing the reverse contact booth program. And it's really a neat event because we literally and figuratively turn the tables. So at the reverse contact booth, the distributor companies in attendance will have a table and the suppliers walk the floor. So as a thank you for doing this, each distributor company will receive a tablecloth with their company's logo on it. And that's a gift to keep for that organization. And we ask that all the distributors do is just be at their table and be open to conversations. So there's no need for any product displays or anything like that. It is a great idea to bring business cards, especially if your purchasing person is not in attendance. We ask that maybe you want to bring some business cards of that purchasing person, or at least be ready to tee up some introductions, because this is the really the perfect time of the meeting to talk shop. So distributors have tables, suppliers walk the floor. It's a 2-hour event after breakfast, the morning of the business session. And it's really a fun time for the suppliers to approach distributors and for our supplier members to see a lot of their distributors all in one place.
Shifting gears for a second, GAWDA has some other really exciting educational programs going on this summer. Can you discuss those programs?
At the SMC, we learned a couple things from our committee breakout meetings. And one of those big things was that there's a real lack of understanding within our current membership, all of the safety-oriented resources that are available through GAWDA membership. So specifically, our partnership with CGA, we found that a lot of GAWDA members either are in the program and don't fully utilize the safety program, or some members don't even know about the program and aren't in the program at all. So the webinar in July was really important to us to explain how to run a safety program, leveraging these resources that we all get through our GAWDA membership. So that is available the recordings available on the GAWDA website as a member. We want to encourage members to check that out to really understand what that CGA subscription program is all about, how to participate, and then how to get it to work for your organization and how to get a good return on investment from safety resources through our GAWDA membership. And with this month, the upcoming CGA and GAWDA Young and Emerging Professionals Summit, this is deep dive technical education. It's all web-based. Every week has a theme. There's a week on acetylene and LPG. There's a week on oxygen, a week on different gas applications. And they're all level 1, level 2 trainings every week. And the level 1 is a very broad industry overview. And then level 2 takes a deep dive into some incident shares. Lots of GAWDA members are involved in the presentations. It's a wonderful partnership that we started last year in 2020 with CGA, doing this Young and Emerging Professionals Summit. It's excellent technical education for our members. And thanks to the generosity of the folks at Weldcoa, it is at no charge to GAWDA members who participate in that CGA subscription program.
Absolutely. Before we go, can you give us a quick update on the GAWDA convention?
We are very excited for this year's annual convention. We really built a lot of momentum with over 700 attendees at the Spring Management Conference. So the annual convention will not disappoint. We want all of our members to go to the GAWDA website, check out the amazing lineup of content that we have, both industry content and business guru content. I know we're going to be getting into more details on that as the weeks progress, but it's really important to get your management teams registered and your ownership teams registered to attend the annual convention. It's really going to be a stellar event at the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs. It's a beautiful property. It's the second time that GAWDA will be visiting. And I want to give a huge thank you to Bob and Lauren Ewing for selecting that venue for us. So we're going to have a fantastic time. It'll be content rich and lots of take home value.
We can't wait. Last thing, are there any last messages you want to leave GAWDA members with today?
I just want to remind all of our GAWDA members, stay engaged between the meetings. You know, GAWDA is not just a trade convention association. We really learned that in 2020. You know, last year, if it taught us anything, it was that we can survive and add value to our membership in the absence of in-person learning. So in between the Spring Management Conference, in between the regional meetings, in between the annual convention, stay engaged in the association. There are lots of training resources like the GAWDA CGA Young and Emerging Professionals Summit that we've talked about, training resources like our monthly safety managers safety meeting roundtables with all of our consultants, the CGA and GAWDA safety training playbook webinar. All of these trainings are available and they're included with GAWDA membership. So take advantage and make sure to cascade all the great information that we learn from our association throughout our companies to our teams.
Abydee, thank you again for being with us today. We really appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me.
To learn more about the Seven Springs Regional Meeting, the GAWDA Convention, or any of the GAWDA CGA educational programs or sessions, click the links in the description or visit gawda.org today. Today's member news segment is brought to you by Anthony Welded Products, 4 generations strong since 1958. GAWDA's Central Regional Meeting is set to take place August 9th and 10th in Oregon, Ohio. For more information about GAWDA's Central Regional, check out episode 12 of GAWDA TV, where we spoke with Central Regional co-chair Eric Wood. To register for the Central Regional, click the link in the description below. The third quarter issue of Welding Gases Today is online now and should be hitting desks in the next couple of weeks. The third quarter issue is our anniversary issue, where we take the time to congratulate those GAWDA members who are celebrating milestone anniversaries in 2021. Click the link in the description to read the online issue today. The next GAWDA Safety Managers Safety Meeting is set to take place on August 11th. Again, click the link in the description to register. The 2021 Young and Emerging Professional Summit, hosted by CGA and GAWDA, kicks off this week on August 3rd. This 8-part webinar series will run from August 3rd to the 26th. For more information about the event or to register, click the link in the description. CK Supply announced the formation of its Employee Stock Ownership Plan. The ESOP is designed to provide 49% stock benefits to the company's 135 employees. Vern Lewis was recognized with the IWDC Member Engagement Roger New Award at the IWDC Sales and Purchasing Convention. F&M Mathco announced that it has partnered with OptiCrib to bring high-tech inventory management solutions to its tool management programs. Air Products announced that its Executive Vice President and CFO, Scott Crocco, plans to retire on September 30th, following a 31-year career at the company. Congratulations to Scott on a long and successful career. The company also announced that Melissa Schaefer will succeed him as Senior VP and CFO on August 10th. S.J. Smith Company announced that its new Decatur, Illinois location is now open to customers. Anthony Welded Products launched its new At a Glance catalog, which can be viewed on the online GAWDA Buyer's Guide. Computers Unlimited, developers of TIMS software, announced that it has added an additional smartphone or tablet-ready application called TIMS Plant to their existing suite of mobile tools. The American Welding Society announced the AWS Virtual 2021, a way for those who can't attend FabTech in person to enjoy a variety of the show's programs online. Datacore announced that it has acquired Infonetics, a provider of business management software and IT consulting to the packaged gas and welding supply businesses. To read more about any of these member news items, read the August 1st issue of the GAWDA Connection in the description below or in your email inbox today.
With manufacturing plants located in Longview, Texas and Huntsville, Alabama, Norris Cylinder Company is proud to be made in the USA. Manufacturers of high and low pressure cylinders, Norris works hard every day to meet the demands of independent distributors across the U.S. with help from our regional representatives. Call Norris for the highest standards of quality products and services when it comes to your cylinder needs.
Joining us next today is Bill Woods. Bill is the Director of Safety, Quality, and Regulatory Compliance at American Welding and Gas and serves as the co-chair of GAWDA's Safety Committee. Bill, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Oh, you're welcome, thanks.
Bill, can you share with me a little bit about what the Safety Committee is and all of the work that it does on behalf of GAWDA members?
So in general, or in summary, the goal of the Safety Committee is to ensure that our members, or the smaller companies I'll say, other than the big companies, okay, are safe and compliant throughout the industry. So it's getting the information out that a big company would get by their regulatory compliance team. So the GAWDA committee, the Safety Committee, takes the members and kind of groups all those procedures and policies together to keep everybody safe.
What was it about the Safety Committee that made you want to get involved in the first place?
So I joined the Safety Committee with another company that I was in beforehand in 2006. And I was working for a larger company, and I wanted to help spread the news to the smaller companies because I've got over 30 years experience in the industry, and I participated in the CGA committees and stuff, and it's all about promoting and giving the knowledge out to everybody else throughout the industry. So I joined the committee in 2006 or 2007 and participated in that for a while with the larger company. My role changed, and I was off the committee for a while. And then I switched companies and went to American Welding and Gas and got back on the committee. And it's nice to get that knowledge back out and help the distributorship with being safe and compliant.
Absolutely. So in your 15 years with the Safety Committee, what would you say has been your proudest achievement?
Developing and promoting best practices throughout the industry. I think that's one of our main goals and missions. This past year was an exciting year. We issued 9 best practices. We updated, I think it was 4, and then generated 5 new ones. And getting it out that to the industry, which has been exciting. And kind of making sure that we keep everybody compliant and safe.
Are there any current objectives or things that you're working on that you're especially jazzed up to share with other GAWDA members?
You know, some of it's just getting the information out, letting the members know what's available through the safety team, the safety committee, and we have a web page out there and that houses all our documents, making it easier to use. I remember 15 years ago, it was hard to get those documents and people didn't even know how to get to it, even the committee members. It's gotten a lot better. We've been working with the GAWDA team to improve the website, and we're getting better every day, so we look forward to getting that improved and getting technology better for it.
Sure. So can you discuss how the Safety Committee works in tandem with GAWDA's amazing consultants?
So the consultants are a big part of the Safety Committee, and the Safety Committee actually promotes the consultant services too, so it's great to have that involvement. And again, we work closely with the Government Affairs Committee too to make sure we're compliant with the regulations. So just like with this meeting that we had at the SMC, our committee members met together, the Government Affairs and the Safety Committee.
So, obviously, this year has brought an added importance to the work that your committee does. Can you discuss what it was like putting together the business continuity plan at the outset of COVID?
Well, that was kind of unique because that came out of that came pretty quickly. So a phone call went out or an email message came out from Marilyn Dempsey, who's the consultant on the OSHA front for us, and asked for help in putting together a business continuity plan for the COVID thing. So several members of the team, including some of the other consultants, got together and we quickly developed and drafted up a business continuity plan, and I think we had it approved and issued in about 2 weeks.
Bill, thank you again for all the work that you do and for taking the time to be with us today. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me. Just utilize the safety committee if they have any topics or suggestions that for best practices, just get them out to the safety committee.
For more information about GAWDA's Safety Committee, or to find out how you can get involved with any of GAWDA's volunteer committees, visit GAWDA.org today.
Being active for more than 70 years, always following the original mission. Wherever gas is the integral part and provides energy for everyday life, there will be the technological and productive commitment from Cavagna Group.
Finally, we're happy to be joined today by David Graves, President of Controlled Efficiencies. David, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me today.
David, you've been an incredible advocate and recruiter for GAWDA during your time in the industry. Can you share what you tell non-members about why they should be a member of the association?
What I find so important about GAWDA is that it's the expertise in the consulting groups and it's the information that you can find out. So whenever our company comes in contact with somebody that's not a member of GAWDA, I introduce it in that format. For me, I always feel that competition is good, but people need the expertise to get the answers to what they may feel uncomfortable doing in the industry.
So, you have the unique experience of having been involved in the industry both as a distributor and now as a supplier. What would you say has been the biggest value you've gotten out of your GAWDA membership?
Well, it's kind of exactly reversed because I was a medical gas company owner for 19 years. We focused strictly on medical oxygen for the home cares and stuff. We had 5 locations. We never joined GAWDA. And if I had one thing to point to being the biggest mistake I made as a gas company owner was us never joining GAWDA, because we never felt like it was a justifiable expense for our company. Once I joined GAWDA as a supplier, that's when I realized the mistake I had made by not being a part of GAWDA. And again, that's what I tell the people, because instead of us only being an oxygen only, I would have been pumping a lot of other gases, because the complexity of doing that is a whole lot less than what I imagined coming out of just the USB oxygen.
Interesting. So you made the switch to the supplier side when you opened up Controlled Efficiencies 5 years ago. Congratulations on your anniversary this year. Can you discuss how the company has grown and how much of it you feel has been aided by your involvement with GAWDA?
You know, with our customers, all but 2 customers of ours are GAWDA members. And it's been through the GAWDA organization that we've had the opportunity to meet these distributors. Because before, like I said, I focused in a medical gas only world. So I didn't have a lot of exposure to your Holstons or your volunteer welding. You know, I didn't have or had never met the Hans industrial gases. None of those guys had I ever had exposure to without this organization. And so many of the members, I don't know any members of GAWDA that are not upstanding citizens and business owners. So it's just a nice group of people to associate with.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go today?
I look forward to continuing to grow Controlled Efficiency. and expand on the gases that we do offer. Anything that we can do to help support somebody grow or make their compliance simpler, we would love to hear from you and grow with you. Our thing, or my thing, has always been in business that it's customer service, and we want to grow with your company. So the only way to grow with your company is to help your company grow. And that's the way we feel about all of our customers.
David, thank you so much again for being with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
For more information about Controlled Efficiency's 5th anniversary, check out the 3rd quarter issue of Welded Gases Today in the description below. To learn more about GAWDA's Member Get a Member program and how you can help refer members to the association, visit GAWDA.org. The convention is an opportunity for GAWDA committees to gather in person to discuss the initiatives for the upcoming year. If you would like to participate in a GAWDA committee, reach out to the respective chairperson for that committee to see if there are any openings. For more information about GAWDA's committees or for contact information for each of the chairs, check out the committee page in the 2021 GAWDA membership directory on page 18. The 3rd quarter magazine is online now and should be hitting desks in the next couple of weeks. The issue is an opportunity for us to recognize those members who are celebrating milestone anniversaries in 2021. Congratulations to all those GAWDA members who are commemorating anniversaries this year. To view the full anniversary list, click the link in the description below. Here is a sampling of GAWDA anniversary companies from the Q3 issue. Lastly, before we go, we'd like to wish everybody heading to the Central Regional safe travels, and we hope that you have a great time with your fellow GAWDA members. We really look forward to seeing everybody again soon. Thank you so much for joining us today. For all of us at GAWDA TV, this is Steve Guillermo signing off.